they were pretty confident we couldn't have children. And we just thought what will be, and that was okay. We were okay with that. And so yeah, Sutton was definitely a surprise. Yeah, we were very excited.
Sutton was a good baby. She had a lot of challenges, and it was really frustrating as new parents because we didn't really know what those challenges were.
So, you know, as a dad, you want to fix everything. You know, if it's broke, if it's a bike, or if it's a toy, you fix it and your kid's happy. And this was something I couldn't fix.
At Phoenix Children's, Dr. Shub was her initial GI doctor, and he was just so understanding. He's like, no, you guys are not crazy. There is something going on with her, but we can help, and let's get a plan together. And it was such a blessing. So this is her first ER visit, and then her first admit and stay. She had to get an IV in her head, and then she had to have a barium swallow study. So that's her covered in barium after she spit it all out.
Well, I first came to PCH when I was 6 weeks old. Well, there's great nurses and great doctors. You definitely feel like you're going to be taken care of.
You know, when we first heard about Ignite Hope, we thought, what an amazing way to get involved, to be able to give back.
We got some t-shirts printed for Team Sutton Button. That was always kind of her nickname.
The first year we did it was a feeling we had never felt before. And we've been able to have the opportunity to participate in the walk for all these years.
Our friends and family do fundraisers like popcorn sales, stuff like that. Everybody just gets really excited because it's our opportunity to give back and show that we appreciate everything that they do for our family, and it's our opportunity to do something for another family that may be going through it this year. Last year on December 7th, Sutton had a surgery that we were anticipating only taking a few hours, and we had an unexpected result, and she ended up in the ICU for 11 days.
When we were in the hospital, even though it went super bad, we still made each other laugh and sometimes cry, and we played board games, and we always cheered each other up on the rough days.
As terrifying as it was, because it was for every day we were in there, every minute we were in there, there were so many people that brought so much hope and just continued to tell us to stay strong and stay strong.
For us, it's like time stops when you're in the hospital, but the whole world is obviously still going.
You know, we knew that the walk was approaching, and we knew at that point that we weren't going to be able to participate. And I think for us it was just being on the opposite side of the coin last year was extremely challenging.
It's definitely so different experiencing Ignite Hope from the hospital than from, you know, being on the street looking up at the kids, but it was a humbling experience, and I think, you know, really put in perspective like who is still going to be there and show up for us and support us. For people to take time out of their day and just acknowledge, hey, there's these kids that can't go home for the holidays, it means so much.
If I was talking to another kid at the hospital, I would say there's people around you that care, and they don't necessarily know what you're going through, but they're there to support you, and they kind of give you hope. You should always be brave and never give up, because there's so much hope in the world.